So how was Christmas at your house, Steve? I missed come over and visit you all.
It was the usual madness, Stella, just on a much lower scale. Microcosmic madness. The kids fighting over who they think got the better gifts. Diane bustling about with food and drinks in her usual futile attempt to keep the holiday rolling along and impart order amidst the chaos.
Well, that actually sounds like fun.
Fun? Please, it's plastic pandemonium.
Well, compared to my holiday celebration, it was a blast. Let's see. I put some Christmas music on, cranked up the heat in my little townhouse, and booted up the Yule log screensaver on my Roku. Just me and my jammies, drinking eggnog, heavy on the nog, cramming cinnamon rolls in my mouth and lying to myself that it was just another day.
Ah, come on, Stella. It couldn't have been that bad. What about Bill? Did Bill get you something nice for Christmas?
Bill's gone, Steve. He moved out.
What? Oh, no.
He said he needed his space, that he didn't want to hold me back long term. If only his love was enough to bridge the distance between us, blah, blah, blah. Been there, heard that, bought the t-shirt.
When was this? A few weeks ago? I knew a guy back in college who would always break up with someone right before the holidays just so they can get out of buying a gift.
That does sound like Bill. You know, he was always a cheap bastard, but no, it wasn't that recent. He broke up with me 3 months ago, in September.
September? You mean early in September or?
Nope. The end of September.
Ah, end of September. Jesus, that must have been right after.
Yeah, right after we got the call about Mom. Like, literally, right after that call.
Well, good riddance to that bastard.
I'll drink to that.
You know, I don't ever think I said thank you before. When Mom started to get sick, when she really couldn't live on her own, I mean, I wanted her to come live with me, but, you know, with Diane, with the kids.
Steve, really, it's all right. I was glad to be able to do it. And it's not like we could have asked our younger brother to watch over Mom.
Stan? Watch over Mom? He's about as trustworthy as a Gallup pollster.
I know, right? I gave him a fake fern as a gag gift one Christmas, and he somehow was able to kill it. A fake fern, Steve. He killed a fake fern.
There's no way we could have trusted him. Mom needed someone responsible to look after her.
Tell me about it. At the end, she was just one bad slip from breaking her hip or burning the house down with all her baking. Speaking of Mom's baking, did Stan mail you the fruitcake like he was supposed to? I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? I mean, last year was Stan, this year's you, and next year...
I was going to ask about that. It wasn't in any of the gifts that got delivered this year. Just the usual bunch of semi-coherent crap he re-gifts every year.
I got... What am I supposed to do with this? It's like torture.
Look at what Stan got me. Can you believe
it?
Merry Christmas, Mon! How are my eternally youthful-looking older siblings?
Nice of you to show up, Stan. And wow, you're only 10 minutes late.
10 minutes late. Check out baby brother. Practically on time.
Hey, now in my defense, I'm technically on island time. I mean, in Jamaica, there's no such thing as being late. The party starts when everybody gets there.
Well, in America, the party starts at the time specified on the Zoom invite. But at least you made it. Do you have good internet connection down at the resort? I mean, how much longer are you planning to stay down there?
Well, originally it was for 2 weeks, but then I figured, what's the rush to get back? I can kick back and soak up the sun clear past New Year's.
Wait, don't you have to get back to work? I can't believe the insurance company gave you this much time off.
Unless they're letting you work from home. You're not working from home in Jamaica, are you? That sounds like your typical disaster in the making.
Well, yeah, well, about that, I sort of quit my job last month.
What?
I had a little bit of money saved up, and I figured I can always find work somewhere else if and when I actually make it back to the States.
We're in the middle of a global pandemic and a global recession, Stan. This is hardly the time to switch your job.
And wait a minute. You had money saved up? Really? You?
What's that supposed to mean?
For as long as I've known you, Stan, you've never put $1 into a 401k or a savings account.
That's hardly fair.
No, she's right. She's right. I remember in college when you got your first credit card, the local Domino's named a pizza after you.
Ah, yes, Stan's extra large sausage. Oh boy, those were the days.
Hold on. I know what's going on. You're blowing through the money for Mom's inheritance, aren't you? God, how could you, Stan? Mom specifically said she wanted that money to go toward a down payment on a house.
Well, that wasn't really her decision to make, sis.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. You can leave somebody money in an inheritance and you can request how you'd like them to spend it. But in the end, it's...
If Mom knew that you were going to take her money and blow it on a Jamaican cocktail waitress?
Hey, not a word against Jaleesa or Requiem. And anyways, it's not like the two of you are going to spend the money wisely.
I am. I put half of the money I got in my Roth IRA and the other half toward paying down on my condo mortgage.
And Diane and I used the money to fix the furnace in the basement.
Wait, you did what?
Well, Stella, the furnace was as old as this house, 1980 something. It's a miracle that it was even functioning at all. And we had to rerun all the duct work and upgrade the outside AC unit. And at some point, we're going to have to reshingle the roof and rehang the gutters. Plus, there's this dead tree in the front yard that's going to fall down the next ice storm.
So just to get this straight, Stella, you socked the money away into investments, and Steve, you threw it into home repairs, correct?
Correct. Exactly. Practical things we can use and enjoy.
Okay, no problem. And doing those practical things gave you both a certain amount of joy, right? I mean, Stella, you get the satisfaction of looking after your investments, and Steve, you get the happiness of knowing that your house will be warm in the wintertime. And me? Well, I wouldn't have been happy wasting money on a house. It'd just be one more thing sitting there, one more thing trying to tie me down. I mean, there'd be maintenance and home repair and weekends spent cutting the grass instead of having fun with my life.
Hey, cutting the grass can be fun. I just got a zero-turn John Deere with a 25 horsepower engine. Which, yeah, I bought with Mom's money, but I needed a new lawnmower.
And that's my point, brother. We all spent the money on things that brought us happiness. Do you guys remember what Mom looked like in the hospital?
Of course we do. They had that little tablet set up on her bedside table.
The hospice website kept crashing every 20 minutes.
You remember how Mom looked at the end? Her skin all waxy and gray. Tubes and wires running everywhere.
I couldn't even be in the room to hold her hand. I had to say goodbye to my mother on a Zoom call.
She wanted you to be there. I know she really did. But at the end, just...
I know, but that's the thing. That's not the way Mom would have wanted to go out. You guys remember what she was like when we were younger, right? I mean, she was bustling about the house, a bundle of energy, mopping and cleaning and fussing at us all to...
What are you doing lollygagging inside? Go outside and find something to do.
It's too lovely a day to stay cooped up indoors. Get out, enjoy the fresh air.
And she'd stay inside in her kitchen with the dark wood paneling and the yellow linoleum, and she'd bake cookies, breads, pies, and of course, fruitcakes.
Fruitcakes. Ugh. God knows I loved our mom, but she made the absolute worst fruitcakes.
Do you remember when she used to make those little mini fruitcakes in those teeny little aluminum baking tins? You know, she'd cover them up with red plastic wrap and stick a bow and a gift tag on it, and then we'd have to give it to all of our teachers.
To Mrs. Fraser, sweets for the sweet.
Sweets
For the sweet.
Speaking of fruitcake, Stan, I'm pretty sure it's Steve's turn to get the fruitcake this year, right? I sent it to you last year.
And I sent it to Stella the year before. Regifting that same stale fruitcake has been a family tradition for years now.
Yeah, okay. So, about the fruitcake.
Oh God, please don't tell me you lost it. That is so typical of you, Stan.
Now, Stella, let's not prejudge our younger brother. Stan, what did you do with the fruitcake?
Well, I figured, since Mom died, that maybe it was time to stop sending it back and forth as a gag gift. Maybe it's time we finally ate the damn thing.
Stan! How could you? Just when I thought that you couldn't possibly be getting any more selfish, you go out and eat Mom's fruitcake? I can't believe you.
Here it is, our first Christmas without Mom. And when you finally have the chance to give us a gift that we would really and truly appreciate, you give us this crap?
Steve, you didn't think I'd really just give you a hairdryer? Stella, that is a very special, rare Rastafarian troll. And would you both look inside the box? In the bottom, in the box. I sent you.
That?
Mom's fruitcake?
Yes, it is. And I've got my piece right here. I figured that we'd all want one more chance to appreciate all the wonderful things that Mom did for us, and that none of us would want to eat the fruitcake alone.
I'm sorry that I doubted you, Stan.
I'm sorry too. Hey, our baby brother showed up as older siblings.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed Christmas miracle. Merry Christmas, you guys. I love you.
Love you
Merry
too, Stan.
Christmas, Stan. Love you too.
Ow!
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
God, it's like weapons grade fruitcake.
Oh, this is
isn't
disgusting.
Food.
What is this green
This
thing?
is not a
Mine's got a
plant.
hair
This is
in
a
it.
rock and a mineral.
What is it,
Oh.
cherry?
Green
It's
thing.
not real. It doesn't come from nature.
Oh,
I know, this is
what
gross.
is the green thing?
I could eat this.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Love you, Mom.